Let me help you reimagine a situation. You're sitting at your kitchen table, laptop open, resume polished once again. You got your coffee in one hand and the other, your 14th cover letter this month. You hit that submit button and you take a deep breath and then you wait. Day passes, then 3 days, then a week, nothing happens, not even a rejection email. You look back at the posting that you've been targeting for quite some time and you're qualified, which is obvious and clear. But why does it feel like your application just fell into a void? That question, why am I not getting interviews, even when I check all the boxes, is one I have seen over and over from many of the candidates. And today I want to unpack it with you calmly, honestly, and with more nuance than the internet usually allows you to know about. Hey, I'm Gautam Tulgu. I've been on both sides of the hiring table as a recruiter, a hiring leader, and someone who's always trying to rebuild their career in a new country. And this video is not about a career advice, it's a quite a conversation between two people who have been through it. So let's talk. And if you have not considered subscribing as yet, please do that because it's a win, your journey, my story. Let's start with the elephant in the room. Being qualified means you have the skills, the experience, maybe even more than the role asks for. But in reality, that's not always enough to be seen. The hiring world is not always built on fairness because it's built on filters, and those are fast ones. Let me give you a real scenario. Your hiring manager is Tuesday afternoon, you're in back to back meetings, your recruiter sends you 10 resumes and says, take a quick look and tell me who you want to interview. And now you don't want to read all time. You skim through, you're scanning for signals you recognize. It could be company names, titles that feel familiar, or even industry terms you are used to. And then there's a resume from someone amazing, maybe from another country or from a company you have never heard of. It's pretty solid, but unfamiliar. And when you got five other safe bets, you skip it. Not because that person was not good enough, but because you could not picture them right away. And being qualified doesn't always mean you will be understood. And that misunderstanding, that's what hurts the most. Sometimes it's not about your resume at all, it's about the timing. Let me tell you what I mean. Imagine about a job posting that just got posted and you apply within the hour. It's a perfect match for you. And what you don't know is the team already has someone in mind. A referral came in yesterday, the posting was put up because HR policy required it. And your resume is excellent. But the seat's already been mentally filled by the hiring manager. And this happens more often than we admit. Other times, your application gets probably buried. Maybe the recruiter's inbox has about 400 unread messages. Maybe the hiring is frozen. Or maybe the job was paused, but the posting was not removed. You don't see any of that from the outside. You just get silence. And silence feels personal even when it is not. Let's talk about language, not just words, but tone. A lot of resumes are technically perfect, but they don't feel like a person, right? When they read like led cross-functional teams to deliver scalable solutions across business units. Great. But what does it actually mean? And here's a bad way to tell the same story, one that lands emotionally. Built and led a five-person team to rescue a delayed project. We delivered 3 weeks early, under budget, and the client renewed for another year. Same outcome, but now I can see it. I can feel the pressure. I can imagine the result. That's what we forget. Recruiters are not just looking for what you did, they're trying to picture you in the role. And if your resume does not create that picture, it doesn't stick. And if you're still using a spray and pray method, applying to every job that kind of sort of fits, you might be playing by old rules. Back in 2010, that might have worked, but in 2025, it just burns you out. Hiring today is about connection, not just who you know, but how you show up. Let me give you an example. Imagine you see a job posting, instead of applying right away, you check who the hiring manager might be. You follow them on LinkedIn, you read a few of their posts, you comment genuinely and thoughtfully, you're participating. Then a week later, you apply. Maybe even send a short message saying, hi, I've been following your work, really appreciate your post on onboarding. just applied for the company's so and so position. If there's a chance to chat, I would love to learn more. That small human moment, it sticks. It softens the digital wall. And now you're not just another name in the portal, you are a person they remember. You're not just competing with people, you're competing with internal candidates, referrals, people who have done the exact same job in the same industry. And sometimes job postings that were never real to begin with, that doesn't mean you should give up. But it does mean you have to shift the way you define success. And not every application will lead to an interview, of course, but every time you tailor your resume or reach out to someone new or learn how to articulate your story better, that's progress. And you are building visibility, and visibility is what turns silence into callbacks. You're not broken, the system just doesn't know you yet. If you're watching this and you've been searching for jobs for months or maybe even years, and you're tired, disheartened, and starting to question your worth, I want you to hear this clearly. Not invisible. You're not unqualified. You are definitely not alone. The candidate job market is pretty tough, and it rewards what's familiar, it prioritizes what's visible, and sometimes that leaves the best people out. But the silence you are hearing right now, it's not rejection, it's a mismatch.